10 interesting things about ecosystem. An ecosystem is a community that includes all of the living organisms in a certain area and the environment in which they live. Ecosystems are made up of plants, animals, microorganisms, soil, rocks, minerals, and water sources. Some are small, like a vegetable garden on a farm or in your backyard. Others are vast, like an entire desert or rainforest. All the plants and animals that live in an ecosystem together rely on each other for their survival. Here are 10 fascinating facts about the different types of ecosystems. Coral reefs are beautiful and fragile. Coral reefs are busy underwater ecosystems. Some people call them the rainforests of the sea. The corals look like rocks, but actually are animals. They have hard calcium carbonate skeletons like clams. They form a base for lots of other organisms to live. You'll find crabs, sea stars, worms, clams, sponges, jelly, sea turtles, and lots of fish. Coral reefs are complicated and very fragile. They are easily affected by pollution. Half of the world's species live in tropical rainforests. Tropical rainforests are near the equator, where it's almost always warm and wet. These are key ingredients for making lots of lush plants and trees. Half of the whole world's species types of living things live in tropical rainforests. It's a very complex ecosystem with many plants, animals, fungi, and microscopic organisms. Many of them live here and nowhere else. The plants in tropical rainforests produce 40% of the Earth's oxygen. To live in the desert, you'll have to save water. In the world's many deserts, there is very little rain. The land is very, very dry. Here, living things have creative ways of finding and saving water. Cactuses are good at storing water. They can live without rain for months. The kangaroo mouse lives in the Nevada desert. It never needs to drink water. It can get all of its water from the seeds it eats. Grasslands are all around. Every continent except Antarctica has grasslands. These are areas with medium rainfall. You'll find many different types of tall grasses, herbs, and flowers all mixed together. From the savannas of Africa to the prairies of Kansas, grasslands are home to lots of different species that live in the soil, feed on the grass, or eat animals that eat the grass. In the United States, that could be buffaloes or cows. In Africa, it's gazelles, lions, and elephants. Freshwater ecosystems have rare species. Ponds, lakes, streams, and rivers are home to lots of different species that can't inhabit salty ocean water. There are freshwater ecosystems all over the world. They are home to some of the most amazing creatures. There are many kinds of frogs, fish, insects, and microscopic organisms like amoebas. And there are rare species like river dolphins in Asia and South America, otters in North America, beavers in North America and Europe, and platypuses in Australia. In the tundra, life is tough. In the tundra, it feels like winter all the time. Tundra occurs near the north and south poles of our planet. We call them the Arctic and Antarctic tundras. There are also tundra at the top of the world's tallest mountains. It's a brutal place to live. There are short but hardy shrubs, mosses, and lychees. In the Arctic tundra, there are polar bears, foxes, and reindeer. In the Antarctic tundra, there are seals, penguins resting on the shores between swims in the ocean. The bottom of the ocean has thriving communities. At the bottom of the ocean, there are small underwater volcanoes spewing scalding hot water, gases, and chemicals like methane and ammonia. They're called hydrothermal vents. It's a dark place to live, but some animals love it there. Giant tube worms, over 6 feet long, clams, and shrimp call these vents home. The tube worms have bacteria inside them that make food out of the methane and ammonia from the vents. Wetlands are home to baby fish. Swamps, marshes, and bogs are types of wetlands. Wetlands have fresh water, salt water, or a mixture of both. They are home to lots of different aquatic plants and animals. Wetlands can serve as nurseries for a lot of animals. Fish, frogs, alligators, and crocodiles lay eggs here. It's a great place for the babies to hatch and grow. They are also home to many different kinds of insects and dragonflies. Boreal forests are home to lots of trees. Much of North America, Europe, and Asia is in a temperate region between the Arctic and subtropics. Here, the weather is generally not too hot, not too cold, with the distinct seasons. There are many big forests. The trees here are usually pine, spruce, larch. They are green all year round and have needles instead of leaves. Animals like bears, porcupines, and eagles make home in these vast forests. There are even ecosystems in big cities. Big cities around the world have interesting ecosystems too.